Welcome everyone to episode 99 of Like, Share, Follow. And on the 99th episode, I am lucky to have Matilda Hann, who is a social media coordinator at Truro Whiteface. So welcome, Matilda. How are you going?
Good, thank you. How are you, Karen?
Yeah, good. And so, look, I normally talk about, it's been so long since you were last in my class, but I saw you at graduation last week for Uni SC graduation. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks for that.
And so what degree did you do when you were at Uni SC?
So I did a Bachelor in Business and I majored in Marketing. I also did get unofficial minors in Creative Advertising and Social Media.
Excellent. So, and that's how I met you, because you're in the social media courses. And so you were already working for Truro Whiteface when you were studying?
Yeah, that's right. So a few years ago, when I was in year 12, actually, in 2018, my mum got really sick. So I sort of took over, wasn't so much social media at that time, but their website and sort of all our online stuff sort of fell into my hands. So since then, yeah, I've been working on the website and doing a lot of social media for them.
Excellent. And so is that a family business?
Yeah, so it's our family business, fourth generation. So yeah, it's really, and so, that's really special to be working there.
What sort of business is it? What do you do?
So we breed cattle, Hereford and Pole Hereford cattle. We breed and sell them. So we have a commercial herd that's mostly for going into the beef industry. And then we also have a stud herd, which is its sole purpose is to breed and pass on good genetics to other breeders in the industry.
Excellent. And so the social media for that would be very interesting to do.
Yeah,
So what sort of things do you post around that? Who's your target audience?
It's traditional social media. It is a bit different. So it's more posting about the genetics on animals, breeding, because that's what other breeders in the industry want to know. They want to know the benefits. I mean, I guess it's similar. They want to know the benefits of the product they're looking at. But yeah, it's posting things like genetics, what we're doing within our herds, so weaning, new sires, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, right. And so what are the main platforms that you have a presence on?
So we do have a YouTube, an Instagram, and Facebook, but we do find Facebook is our most popular. That's where most of our target market is, and we find we get the most engagement on there. So we do focus mostly on Facebook, but yeah.
Yeah, that's super interesting. So, look, my questions for you are, so you've been working for your family company and studying and juggling everything, which is really challenging. And so based on that, what has been some of the best career advice that you've been given?
I think this is the best advice I've been given, and I've probably given a number of people. It's just to work in areas that you're passionate about and that you care about. I think if you're working with products that you care about, you're naturally going to be more motivated and you're probably going to work harder because you do have that inner passion for it. So I think that's something that I always think about, and it's probably led me to going back to the family business and working there because I am so passionate about it.
Yeah, that's great advice. And so in your role, so clearly like it was a no-brainer to hire you in the family business because you would have grown up with it and you probably know a lot more than someone coming in externally.
Yeah, I think obviously I went away for 6 years for boarding school, so I did miss that time at home, but when you grow up there, it's sort of second nature almost. And yeah, I think it does have its benefits that I grew up there and sort of know the business.
Yeah. And so reflecting on your time at university, now that it's over, well, you might go back, but maybe, reflecting on that time, what did you find most helpful? What was some sort of skills and knowledge that you learned at university that you found really helpful in your current role as a social media coordinator?
I think the most important thing I learned was it's just about harnessing how to be creative. So I've always been creative and wanted to be creative, but I think university has taught me how, like, strategies and skills and tools to do that. Because you can have all the drive and all the creativity, but if you're not doing it effectively, you're not going to get results from the content you're making. So I think that's been the biggest takeaway from all my marketing, social media courses. Yeah, it's been really important.
Excellent. And on the flip side of that, so reflecting again in time at university and in your role now, what has been some like skills and knowledge that you wish you'd learned at university that you actually have needed and maybe had to like upskill outside of class to be able to apply?
Yeah, I think just in terms of, because I'm doing a lot of the business's website upkeep, so maybe if I'd just done some basic website coding, wouldn't have done me any harm. It would have been a big help, I think. It's not a massive hole that I've noticed. But yeah, it's something that I've had to go outside and sort of educate myself a little bit with that.
You know, and it's funny you should say that. I had this conversation. I've got a friend and we went to university together. We're still like besties from that time. And so we did a communication degree at Monash. And part of that, so this was like, without telling you, well, I'm going to tell you how old I am. So it was like 1995, I think it was, or 1996. We learned HTML. We had, as a group assignment, we had to actually learn HTML and build a website. And so without any like sort of helpful tools or you know, to actually do it, it wasn't like WordPress or anything. You had to actually build it using HTML. And I tell you what, like HTML, I know there are other codes, but that has been the most helpful thing I ever learned at university, because I use it now. Like when we're putting together those things in Canvas, sometimes they don't fit. I've got to go in the back end, and even helping students with their WordPress sites, I can go into the back end now and see where the code's messed up a bit and fix it. So it's such a useful thing to learn. So yeah, I totally agree with you. I think learning code is mine's very basic level too, but even that has been super helpful.
Yeah, WordPress is it's pretty simple, but there are parts of it where you can be more advanced if you do know some basic coding. So yeah. And I've used it in every single job that I've ever had in communications and marketing and all that stuff. It's been super useful. So yeah, I think there are courses at UniSC you can do that with, but it's in like I'm sure there are, but
design area. So and so now that you are working, you've been working in social media for a long time, so you're across all the changes and things. So what has been something you've noticed in the last couple of weeks that you think is really interesting in terms of like a change or something that you'd like to share?
So with Truro, we've been looking into maybe if we should be on TikTok, whether that would be a way to reach our target audience. And I've just been doing a lot more reading into how the algorithm works and how effective it is. And I just think it's so interesting. Being a TikTok user myself, I know how sometimes accurate the information you're seeing on your feed can be. And I think they're definitely a leader in social media at the moment in giving their users exactly what they want.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is like a whole sort of farming subculture and community on TikTok, Australian farmers as well. Have you seen, I'm sure you follow some of those creators. They're hilarious. I'm not a farmer by any means, but gee, some of those farmer creators, like have you seen the guy who he's got that, I think it's like an alpaca or a llama or something?
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, he's great.
Losing it and screaming out to it across the paddock. So
yeah, really and it's great because with our business we also want to be a bit more progressive. Sometimes in agriculture we can stick to old ways, but one of our goals of our business is to be progressive and move forward, and I think platforms like TikTok are a really great way to do that because that's where the younger generation naturally are.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be. It can be quite, as you said, creative and fun with what you're doing as well, and in the way that you deliver. Like it's important educational information, but you can really deliver it in a fun way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and so, what advice now that you've finished? What advice would you give to emerging professionals who are still studying or about to enter the workforce about how to succeed in their careers?
I think just be confident in the skills that you have. You've got your university degree, you have the knowledge there. Just be confident in yourself. And I think just never stop talking to people. You will always learn something and you have no idea where a conversation could lead. So I think just be confident, have those conversations, and you'll go a long way, I think.
Excellent. And this is the most important question of the show, but who do you like, share and follow?
So at the moment, I'm trying to follow a lot more people within the beef cattle industry, just trying to keep I guess, my finger on the pulse and keep my head around what's happening. So I follow people like Elders Studstock, Australian Cattle Council, even show organisations like the Royal Easter Show in Sydney, and then Ekka as well. They have some really great stuff on social media.
Yeah, excellent. So yeah, because that will definitely help other people in your field. So even if you want to on this post, maybe tag some of those in the comments if you get a moment, and then other people in those sort of interest areas can follow them as well.
Yeah, and they're even interesting if you're not in the agricultural industry. They do post a lot of educational stuff as well, so it can be quite interesting.
Yeah, and we're nearly about to wrap up. I'm just looking over at my questions, and yeah, we've flown through them. So, what do you have any final words of wisdom to share with, like, now that you're at the end of your degree, you're working in the field that you're really passionate about? Do you have any words of wisdom other than what you've said to share with those who are still sort of going through or about to sort of launch their careers?
Yep. Just enjoy it. I think social media and marketing, they're just really exploding at the moment. It's a really exciting time, and I think for us to be able to go into this industry is really special. There's so many opportunities, and there's so much like breadth in what we can do with our degrees. So yeah, just enjoy it. It's really great.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. And so the next episode is going to be on Monday at 2:00 in the afternoon and Australian Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be the final episode of Like, Share, Follow, episode 100. And so on that episode, I'll have Jack Jury, who's a travel coordinator at YLead. And Jack also graduated in the same ceremony as you did last Friday. So it'll be, good to chat to him. And I might have some like streamers or something that I'll pop at the end as well. Just
episode 100.
Yeah, because I mean, I started this it was in the middle of the pandemic. I think it was around 2020. I started this research project, and now I can't believe we're nearly at the end. So thank you for being one of my final guests on the show. And
thank you.
So it was great to chat to you again. And and we'll see everyone for the last episode on Monday. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, Matilda.
Thank you, Karen.